Shalom. First and foremost, as always, with all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. I give double honors to my apostles at Great Millstone who taught me his truth. And sincere shalom to elect out there teaching his truth and all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay, this is a video about health, okay? Because things are a lot easier when you can find something that you could stick to, okay? And throughout the years, I focused on my health off and on, and my problem was staying consistent with it. And it took a lot of prayer. Okay, that's first and foremost, man. It took prayer because you're gonna need the strength to endure temptation of shitty food, man. Okay? Especially if you're around it all the time. Like if it's easy to cheat. You need discipline. You're going to need wisdom and knowledge. Okay? Because living a healthy lifestyle and getting your health in order, it's not just about making substitutions for shitty foods, man. Okay? It really is a whole new lifestyle, and it comes in stages, man. And you need prayer, man. You really need to pray to the Lord to give you the strength. Okay? To put the diligence and the discipline in you. Okay? This is James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, okay? And that could go for strength or pretty much anything, man. Okay? If you really want to make that change for your health, you don't know where to start, or you're having a hard time staying on track, or even just getting on track, pray on it, man. Okay? If you're having a hard time staying off the standard American diet, okay, pray on it, okay. Then the Lord will give you the wisdom, man. And I'm going to share some of the wisdom that I've learned, some of the things that I've learned that make it a lot easier, man. Because if you're the type of guy that has a sweet tooth, there's ways to go low carb or even keto, and there's alternatives for that, man. Okay, there's ways to do it. Okay, there's ways to accommodate it into your lifestyle easily, But really, what you need to pray for is for a no excuses mindset. Okay, just because you worked out during the day doesn't mean that you could eat a half of a chocolate cake or 2 pieces of cheesecake or whatever. Oh, I worked out today. No, that's not how it works, man. That's why discipline is so important. You're gonna have to pray for that, man. If you're having a tough time with it, because in the area of health, man, diet is easily the most important thing, man. And it's tough living in this society, man, because a lot of these foods and a lot of the ways that they're prepared, they just simply didn't exist back when we were in Israel. A lot of it didn't exist. And then even the good stuff is in a messed up state. Okay? Yeah, there was no donuts or chips back in the day, man. You know, Esau Edom putting all kinds of addictive uh, addictive substances and ingredients in a lot of these foods, a lot of these processed foods. Hey, man, you may need to pray for the strength. Okay? You may need to pray for the for consistency in fasting. Okay? Because one fast alone ain't going to do it. Two fasts alone ain't going to do it. You need to be consistently fasting. We all need to be consistently fasting, man. Even if you mess up a day, so what? Or 2 days or 3 days, you get back on track, man. You know, just try and make a habit. Start with if you're weak in that department, just start with an intermittent fast, maybe 2 days a week, and then work your way up to 3. You know, and so on and so forth. Or start with just the low end of the hours, and then increase your hours, man, as your body gets used to it, and as you get used to it, and you see because when you see the results and you see the benefits of the fasting, you're going to want to stick with it. Okay. Now, obviously, there may be days where you meant to fast and you end up screwing up and eating. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing once in a while, man. Especially if you're eating healthy foods, okay? Now, if you're breaking it with a fucking... Now, if you screw up and you eating a pizza, then that's not a good thing. Okay? But if you say something like, hey, I shouldn't have had that salad with olive oil dressing, that mixed green salad with olive oil dressing, man, I meant to do an 18-hour fast today, but I only got 15 hours because I just had to eat that mixed green salad with the olive oil dressing. Then, hey, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay? This is James 1:5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Okay? But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. Okay? Sincere prayer, man. Sincere prayer is the best prayer, man. Really pour it out. Okay? One thing that's worked for me is, and the scriptures say that praying in Hebrew is more powerful. Pray in Hebrew and pray in English, man. Do both. Okay? Because if you could get more sincerity out of the English, then do that too. Okay? Sincerity meaning really put your heart into it, put your mind into it. Okay, do with all thy might, But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. Okay, so that prayer pretty much gets tossed away because it's said without faith, man. It's not asked with enough sincerity. Okay. But yeah, wanted to get well, hey, iron sharpeneth iron, right? I got a few things that I want to mention. Then I'll get another scripture or two and then close it up. Okay? Because, it's easy to start a diet or a lifestyle change or whatever for a couple weeks, maybe a month. But being consistent with it is the difficult part. Okay? Because a cheat meal becomes a cheat day, which becomes a cheat week, and then it's just, you don't even continue with it, I'm not going to suggest that every brother do keto. Start with cutting your carbs, reducing your carbohydrates. Especially the processed foods and sugars. And hey, if you need to eat a little more fruit, try and keep it to a lower sugar variety fruits. Because one thing I've noticed is I see a lot of brothers in Great Millstone that have insulin resistance, man. And the easiest way to combat that is to stop the processed foods, okay? And lower your carbohydrates, man. Now, if you need to go on a ketogenic diet to really fight it off, then do it. But don't be going on keto. I mean, actually, you know what? Just gradually reduce your carbs into a keto, man. Take 2 weeks if you can, 3 weeks to reduce your carbs. You'll see a great benefit just by not eating the processed shit. Okay, and then gradually get into the ketogenic state. Hey, take 2 months if you need to. 3 months. The point is that you're making the improvement, man. But if you need to go on a ketogenic diet, which is the best thing for insulin resistance, okay? If you decide to come off or, do it in cycles, just don't go back to the standard American diet, the SAD. All right? Keep your carbohydrates low when you come off. Don't go eating 300 grams of carbs a day like the USDA says. Okay? Go start with 100 a day, and then work your way up to 125, maybe 150 on days when you exercise a lot. Okay, and make it good whole food sources. Okay, but you're gonna need alternatives, man. You're gonna need foods. Okay, that fall within that spectrum of healthy that you can eat and enjoy. Okay, and that's gonna make it a lot easier, man. Because when everybody you see is eating and drinking sugar everywhere, okay, you're gonna get cravings. Okay, you're gonna want something sweet. And there's a lot of well, hey, I got plant-based sweetener. It's got stevia and it's got monk fruit. Okay, and it's delicious. Some people don't like stevia. They say it's too minty tasting. But when you combine it with the monk fruit, I'll tell you, man, it tastes pretty close to sugar. So when you quit your bread, what you do is you get something. You make your own bread. Okay, but you make it with like what I do is I take almond flour. Or you could take almond flour, walnut flour, pecan flour. They got macadamia nut flour. Okay, you can buy this stuff on Amazon, and it's organic, and it's actually pretty cheap. Okay, it lasts a long time. Man, you'd be surprised how long a bag of walnut or pecan or macadamia nut flour will last. Now what I do is I combine all of them. I might put like a little more almond flour than the other flours, even though they are higher in carbs, because I think that almond flour is I think it just holds better. It just holds the bread together. I make ginger cinnamon bread. Okay, and it's quick and it's easy. You can put it in what is it? You don't need a bread tin. You can make like cupcakes and just cut them in half. Or you can get the keto wraps. They got keto wraps, man. So you can make tacos and all that. Okay. There's alternative. There's healthy alternatives for everything, man. Because the Lord, when we first came into the truth, it was hard to find products that didn't have pork alternatives, or products that didn't have dairy alternatives. But now the Most High made it so we have access to that stuff, man. We don't have to eat white bread. We can get the flours from the different nuts, okay? And we can make our own bread, and it costs a fraction of what it normally costs, and it's much better for you. The almond flour has lots of thiamine or whatever it is. It has good source of magnesium. It's a great source of vitamin E. You know, decently high in protein. You know, the walnut flour is high in omega-3s. You know, it's got lots of other minerals and vitamins. Same thing with the pecan flour, high in omega-3s, and it's got lots of different minerals. And the macadamia nut flour, which I forgot what that has because I haven't really used it that much. But eventually I'll get another bag. But yeah, the macadamia nut flour is pretty good, man. If you can find a good one, okay. And a lot of those nut flours only have 1 or 2 grams of net carbs per serving, man. You know, you take a tablespoon or whatever, and you measure it out. You divide it out. One, you know, maybe a third almond flour, and then the rest of the 2/3 of the batter or mix or whatever will be your other nut flours, man. And then you put the stevia and the monk fruit in there. You know, the cinnamon and the ginger and the egg or whatever you need. Okay, and if it tastes too eggy, you just take some of the yolk out. Okay, put your baking soda in there, or baking powder or whatever. You know, and then you cook it. Okay? And you can look up all kinds of different recipes. There's almond flour, almond and walnut flour tortilla shells, man. You know, you can make your own wraps. You know, you can make healthy soups. Okay? Hey, you can make cinnamon and ginger bread, right? Or you can just you can make garlic bread with it. You can make regular bread with it. You know, make your own sandwiches, and it's all low carb. Okay? You can make you get some almond butter or whatever, and you can make your own jams with fruit, you know, with strawberries and blackberries and so on. Put them in a mason jar, and then boom, you need a treat. You make one. You know, you make a sandwich. You make a super low carb sandwich, man, when you need that treat. Okay? Or you can make homemade lemonade, man. You take a lemon and squeeze it, put in some water. Same thing with the lime. You squeeze it, get the juice out, and then put it in the water. The flesh of the lime and the lemon, you know, and then you take a little bit of the sweetener, the stevia and the monk fruit or whatever. And you put a little bit in there and you stir it up, and it tastes just like lemonade that you added sugar to, man. Okay? There's all different kinds of things that you could do, man. You can make soups. One of my go-tos is cauliflower and eggs. Okay? You can add greens to that. With broccoli and all that. You know? But let's get a couple more scriptures. You could get sparkling water and put the sweetener in it. Okay? You can make salad with, you can make your own homemade dressings. Oil and vinegar dressings. I like a lot of vinegar, man. Add the flavor. Put some paprika in it, some pepper, some cumin, you know, maybe some bell peppers, salt, different kinds of seasonings, man. That pink Himalayan salt mixes right in it, you know. Good stuff, good stuff. All kinds of things you can do, man. You just got to be willing to do it. Okay. And the beginning of that is prayer, really. This is Sirach 30 and 15. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinity wealth. And a lot of these things you may have to acquire, okay? Some of them are pretty costly, like coconut oil, like a good olive oil, because you don't want to get no cheap olive oil in a plastic jar, man. You want to get the olive oil in the dark bottle, the organic stuff, man. It's a little pricey. But hey, health and good estate of body are worth losing some of your FRNs for, man. And when you implement a good fasting program and you're eating foods that actually have nutrients, and you start to detox all those addictive chemicals out of you, you know, you really don't need to eat that much. So it evens out in the end. And a lot of that processed food is expensive anyway, man. Especially when you're eating out all the time. You know? There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. Because really, when you're eating healthy, man, you're making yourself more whole. You know, you'll feel a lot better. You have a lot more mental clarity. You know, you might have some parasites in you that come out when you go super low carb. Okay, I'm just letting you brothers know. You're not gonna like what's living inside you. Okay. Um. There's another one in Sirach. Yeah, man, a lot of brothers and a lot of brothers out there, man, eating that American diet. That shit'll give you that bad insulin resistance. It's pretty much pre-diabetes. Okay, when you start reversing that, you know, start to eat the right foods. You incorporate some kind of intermittent fasting into your lifestyle. You know, start becoming more active and doing the right exercises. You know, you get pretty much on track with things. Okay. And then what, you know, once in a while you're going to have some cravings. Hey, you know, figure it out. Have some food set aside for when you get your cravings. That's a healthy alternative, man. You know, I gave some examples in this video, and I know I'm missing a whole bunch that I was gonna a bunch of things that I enjoy that I was gonna mention. Okay. But yeah, you know, spend the extra money, get the quality ingredients. You know, if you eat meat, pay for the higher grade meat. Oh, and you know, brothers that that don't have a good tolerance to dairy, which really you should be eating this you should be eating this anyways. If you're eating dairy at all, really. The cow's milk cheese, man. You know, get the goat cheese instead. It's a lot better for you, man. And it doesn't have all those, give you all those digestive problems. Okay, it doesn't have that a lot of that protein. That's certain protein that gives you the digestive problems, man. It's a lot cleaner milk. Okay, it's got goat cheese has what is it? MCTs that you find in MCT oil, the medium chain triglycerides. You know, it's much better on the digestive system and it has good bacteria. And another cheese that I want to mention is, which I'm not recommending, brothers, eat a lot of cheese, but if you're gonna eat it, what is it? Also the other one, feta, because that's made out of sheep's milk. Okay, it's a lot easier in the digestive system. So even if you are lactose intolerant, you could probably still eat cheese that's made out of sheep's milk or goat's milk. Okay, and it's yes, again, it is a little costly. But at the end of the day, when you're eating healthier foods, you don't need to eat as much. So, this is Sirach. 1:18. The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom. Okay? A crown of wisdom, man. Understanding. Okay? One thing I've noticed about brothers, man, in Great Millstone, they pretty much know a little bit about everything. So why wouldn't we know a little bit about how to get healthy, especially in the times we're in, man? Okay, where Esau could just release some super bug out there. Want to make sure that our immune systems are up to par, man. And really, we should be taking care of ourselves anyways. We're the children of light. And a lot of the shit. And we claim to not be of the world, right? Well, all that processed food, that's of the world. Okay? It didn't exist back then. The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of the Most High. And it enlargeth their rejoicing that love him. So let's say you do go through, let's say you do go through with the change in your health, and the Lord blesses you with great health, man. Be thankful, be appreciative, and continue on in it. Okay? Because the Lord could easily put your ass back in bad health, man. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Until next time, Shalom. Peace and blessings to the elect.